me the early universe and the first galaxies everything. Have you ever wondered how it all began? Not just our planet or our sun, but everything. Let's rewind the cosmic clock all the way back to the very beginning, 13.8 billion years ago. There was no space, no time, just a single point of unimaginable heat and density. Then, in less than a blink of an eye, the Big Bang happened. The universe erupted into existence, expanding faster than the speed of light in a process we call cosmic inflation. In this primordial soup, the fundamental building blocks of everything, particles like quarks and electrons, burst into being. For the next billion years or so, the universe was a chaotic place. Quarks clumped together to form the protons and neutrons we know. Today, this was the era of Big Bang nucleosynthesis, where the very first atomic nuclei were forged. It was like a cosmic kitchen, cooking up a universe made of about 75% hydrogen and 25% helium, with just a sprinkle of lithium. But it was still incredibly hot and dense, a glowing fog so thick that light itself was trapped, unable to travel freely. The universe was opaque. Then, about 380,000 years after the Big Bang, a crucial change occurred. The universe had expanded and cooled enough for electrons to finally pair up with protons and nuclei, forming the first stable, neutral atoms of hydrogen and helium. Suddenly, the fog cleared. For the first time, light could travel unimpeded across the vastness of space. This ancient light is still visible today as the cosmic microwave background, a faint afterglow of creation that fills the entire sky. The universe became transparent, but the story doesn't end there. For millions of years, the universe was dark, filled with vast clouds of these simple gases. This was the cosmic dark ages. But gravity, the silent architect of the cosmos, was patiently at work. It began pulling together these enormous clouds of gas and mysterious dark matter. Over hundreds of millions of years, these clouds collapsed under their own weight, becoming denser and hotter. Within these collapsing clouds, something incredible happened. The very first stars ignited, known as population 3 stars. They were unlike anything we see today. They were true giants, hundreds of times more massive than our sun, blazing with a brilliant blue-white light. But they lived fast and died young. Because of their immense size, they burned through their fuel in just a few million years, ending their lives in spectacular supernova explosions. These explosions weren't just an end, they were a new beginning. They were the universe's first forges, creating and scattering the first heavy elements: carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, iron, the very elements that make up our world and our bodies. These elements seeded the surrounding gas clouds, enriching them with the raw materials for the next generation of stars, and eventually planets. At the same time, these massive star clusters and gas clouds began to merge, drawn together by gravity to form the first galaxies. These were not the grand spirals we see today, but small, clumpy, irregular collections of stars. These proto-galaxies were the building blocks of the massive, cosmic structures we now observe. So, in these first few billion years, the universe went from a hot, dense singularity to a vast, transparent cosmos filled with the first stars and galaxies. The fundamental laws were set, the basic elements were created, and the first heavy elements were forged in the hearts of dying stars. This early era laid the groundwork for everything that would follow, for every star, every planet, and the eventual possibility of life. The grand cosmic story had just begun. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey back in time, be sure to like and subscribe for more cosmic adventures.